Hello, everybody. We have today an analysis on the pound versus the Japanese yen. Now, if we go to the 5 4 hour chart, it's the same. You can see that we are reaching some big levels on the pound versus the yen, whilst the GBP versus the USD is also rallying at the moment, right? So let's go back to the pound versus the yen, and if we look closely, you can see that here at this point in time, or in historic price action, is where we got some buyers jumping into the market, and they rallied price up for about 150 pips. All right. So we have to look at that as one of the indications that we might get a reversal at this point. The thing about this area is that it's a wide zone, and what I'm looking at is exactly this point in historic price action, right? You can see that after price ranged around this zone and broke with this continuation pattern, price rallied a lot from the breakout until the highs for about 784 pips or 5.8%. So this is what I'm looking at in historic price action. Okay, now remember that this is the 5-day chart. This is only used to locate buying and selling levels. Okay, so if we go back to the hourly, you can see right now that yes, the pound versus the yen is rallying at the bottom of this structure. But the thing is that to me, or to us, it's not yet a buy. Why? Because we are just rallying. We might be just rallying towards this level where we saw sellers jump in, right? And remember, we are still inside of a bearish structure, and the actual buying area is very wide. Like I was telling you before, it's about 70 pips wide. So what might happen, there's a couple of scenarios that I want to discuss, right? The first scenario is just a rally to the previous broken level or the previous lows for a continuation lower, right? So this is a scenario that it's not interesting to us because we're not looking to sell the pound versus the yen, right? Now let's go and let's eliminate this level, and let's use the more accurate 1 hour level right here, which is this one, right? This one right here. You can see that this is the high that was rejected, and then it was where actual buyers jump in. So this is the more accurate level that we need to be discussing, which is the level that we are currently bouncing from. Or let me see. Yes, it's currently the level that we are currently bouncing from. So when would this be a buy, right? We have to be patient with this. We have to be patient because, we discussed the first scenario, right? A rally towards that previously broken level for a continuation lower to retest the lows and that massive level around the 143.40, 134.40, or even lower. The second scenario would be a rally towards this inflection point in the market, which is a retest of the current structure and a retest of these lows, right? And the previous lows that were broken with. So this would be a second scenario for us. And right here is where I would be looking for sales in the pound versus the yen. Why? Because the risk versus the reward scenario is better, right? Let me show you the risk versus the reward on the first scenario, which would be a right here, a break. Let me just go ahead and do this. A retest of this previous broken level or these previous lows for a retest of the current lows, and our stop loss would have to be above the high. So that gives us a 1-to-1 risk to reward scenario, right? But if we wait patiently for a retest of this inflection point in the market, our risk versus reward would be better, a 1 to 4.7 at least, right? And the third scenario, which is the scenario that I'm really looking for, is a bullish scenario, right? A rally towards that inflection point and a breakout and a retest of that inflection point for a continuation, right? So I would definitely be looking for buys here. for a retest of at least these previous lows, right? So this would yield, or this buy would yield around 80 pips for first targets. Sorry, let me just go ahead and put that back for first targets. And if we go ahead and look at the top of the range, that would give us a rally for about 200 pips or so. So heads up to these three possible scenarios on the pound versus the yen, and be patient and just look for the real reaction to this inflection point.